streaming on YouTube watch this. I will now have a viewer on YouTube watching myself. Hey, it's how you choose.
Okay.
Okay, I need to send out messages real quick.
Discord?
Yeah. Are you in that?
Hmm?
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm in that. I just don't answer much.
No, this.
Oh,
Okay. Posting these in channels and then oh, my leg, ow, ow, Jesus, ow. How do I always injure myself accidentally? Ow.
Did you hit your knee?
Yeah, no, I really scraped my knee. Ow, Jesus. Damn. The true skill I have is accidentally injuring myself.
That's just how you have.
For real. Okay, I will be starting in a second. Okay. And this is going off for now. What was I in the middle of doing in this quest? God damn it. Can you hand me the mirror?
Here.
Give me that red lipstick off the floor. Instinctually bite my lip. Fuck my lipstick up.
Always. Well, you've experienced both shades of madness. Wonderful. You seem fulfilled. Full of fill. Bursting at the seams. Seamless. Now, to the meat of your endeavor. The crux of the situation. The reason for your being here. And the likely cause of your death. You'll be stopping the Graymarch. Altering the course of events. Breaking the cycle. A fly in the ointment. A new cause for a different effect. We're going to change things. No! Things will be different this time around. You'll be my champion. You'll grow powerful. You'll grow to be me. Prince of Madness. A new Sheogorath. Or you'll die trying. I love that about you. A fair question. You won't really. At least I don't think so. But you'll have power. My power. Try not to lose it. It's a pain to replace. But for all intents and purposes, you'll be me. A me to fight the him. Since I won't be around.
The him.
Really, if you don't think about
Interesting.
it. Because you seem a nice enough sort. And you've made it this far. And if you don't, I'll swallow your soul and vomit it into the ever-filling chamber pot of the ageless. But mostly because I asked nicely. Well, not here. Didn't I say that? I'm never here when Jiggalag walks. It's one of the rules. I've told you too much for now. Listen to me. Prattle on. I can see your mortal brain straining. We'll talk more later. Now, you've seen the great torch that burns brightly over New Sheoth. No, because it doesn't. It should, but it doesn't. You'll fix that. You'll go to Sylar and bring back the flame of Agnon to relight the torch. Oh, and take care with my minions at Sylarn. In their eternal quest to please me, they're constantly fighting over Sylarn. It can be tiresome, but really, it's divine. Divinely tiresome. Well, that's your problem now. Off with you. I don't want to see you again until the great torch is lit. I wouldn't want to have to hurt you much. Oh, don't forget to make use of dear Haskell. Between you and me, if he's not summoned 3 or 4 times a day, I don't think he feels appreciated. That's where you're going to get the flame of Agnon. Do you listen to anything I say? Do your ears work? Not.
I love this man so much.
Go and fetch the flame. Bring it to the Cecellum. Light the great torch. How are you going to be me if you can't even do what me tells you? It's what's used to light the great torch. Haven't we covered this? You'll find it in Sylarn, guarded by my saints and seducers. The great torch shines brightly above New Sheoth, a beacon of hope for all the citizens. Except it doesn't. It's gone out. Happens every time the Graymarch begins, which it has. Makes all of my subjects uneasy, tense, homicidal, some of them at least. We need to get that torch relit, before the place falls apart.
Julio.
Aren't you the curious one? You know what they say about curiosity, though, don't you? It killed the intrepid adventurer who really should just be doing exactly what I say at all times! You're going to stop the Graymarch by becoming me. Or a version of me, where you'll be powerful. Powerful enough to stop Jigalag. He's on his way. So I'm on my way out. It's terribly inconvenient, don't you think? You're going to stop him, though. And the first thing to do is to make my people feel safe. Otherwise, they tend to go work for him. It's annoying, to tell the truth. A bit hurtful. But they do it every time. Join up with the enemy and become priests of order. They're getting more active every day. Not a good sign. You know what would be a good sign? Free sweet rolls! Ho, ho, ho! Who wouldn't like that? Shut them down where you can, and make sure to kill the priest you see around them. If you don't, they can reactivate the obelisk. They're the worst of all. My own subjects, working for the enemy. It's enough to make an old Daedric prince get all weepy. It doesn't help that they're the ones who make the obelisks work. A little chanting, a little ritual, and poof, knights of order. Bad to see them. But don't touch the corpse until they're really dead. Which they aren't until you deactivate the obelisk.
Pleasure.
Ah, come visit
What?
again.
What?
Look out
What's she
your
doing?
eyes.
Okay. Man's pulling some sorcery right there. What quest am I on? In Cold Flames.
Whoa.
Okay. Where am I headed? Oh my god, why is it all the way over there? Hold on, actually, before I go on another adventure, I really need to sell things off. Oh yeah, my new fucking,
That seems fair to me. That seems fair to me.
okay. Is a pretty good chest plate. Also need to repair my armor while I'm here.
I can accept that. I can accept that. I can accept that. You've got a good deal. You've got a good deal there.
There's too much shit. This should be good. That's I'm only weighing 600. Only. What shield am I using? I think I'm actually gonna sell that shield.
That's a good deal.
I'm just gonna use the shield of mirrors.
If you need any,
Yeah,
I can make just
all
about
of my shit.
anything look good as new. What is your... Before, as my fun? I alone know... Amber is a resin found. I alone know the ancient art of forging amber. I can even craft you magical items. Goodbye.
Almost level 75 for mercantile. Well, let's take some time to make potions, actually. Oh, I have a shit ton of burden potions, yay. Why is my shield not equipped? Shield of mirrors. And my light sword. What level is acrobatics at? 77. Cool.
Halt! Mortals are not permitted within the walls of Holy Cylon. My pardon, Lord. Receive this key, and with it free passage throughout the shrine of the Flame of Agnan. Alas, we cannot light the flame until we take control of the Altar of Despair from the infernal Maskin. The Armazel Khana would wish to speak to you at once. Proceed through this door to our main encampment at the Altar of Rapture.
scouts reported no signs of the Maskin in the Underdeep. It's our best chance to take them unawares.
Too risky. It's likely to be a trap. They could cut us to pieces down there if they knew we were coming.
With all due respect, Armas, I ask that you reconsider. The main passage is strongly defended. Perhaps if you'd allow me to scout further.
Enough! I've made my decision. We will attack down the main passage as planned. The Maskin will not withstand us.
How may I serve? Greetings, stranger. Are you here to help us drive the Maskin out of Cylon? The flame is only lit at the command of Sheogorath, from the altars of rapture and despair within the shrine itself. I'm sure that our Mazel Kana will be glad to help you once the Maskin are driven from the altar of despair. Alas, we have not seen the altar of despair for many years. It is in the underground part of Cylon, which is controlled by the Maskin. The Maskin do not even allow us free passage to worship there, which is one of the many reasons why they are unfit to continue to guard it. It is just there, at the top of these steps. You would pray for the blinding ecstasy, which is the ultimate reward for those in Sheogorath's service? She commands the Orioles here at Cylon. She has just arrived with reinforcements from Velok to end this stalemate once and for all. That's what we call ourselves, the most loyal and honorable servants of Sheogorath. Our home and sanctuary here in the Shivering Isles. The treacherous ones. The dark seducers of ill repute, whose every action drags Sheogorath's holy name through the mud. My scouts recently discovered another way through the ruins to the altar of despair. The Armazel cannon wants to assault the altar down the main passage, but the Maskin are expecting us to come that way. They've strongly fortified the main passage against us. If we attacked through the Underdeep, we could take them by surprise. If only Kenna would listen to me. An attack down the main passage will end the same as it... She thinks the Underdeep is a trap. It's true. If the Maskin knew we were coming that way, we wouldn't stand a chance. But I'm convinced the Maskin don't expect us to come that way. If we attacked in full force, we could take the altar of despair before they had a chance to react. If only I could make Kana see that. For Sheogorath's glory.
There we go. The internet's back up. Okay. What does it want me to do? What were those gauntlets? useless to me. Okay. Okay. I'm out of soul gems, aren't I? No, not entirely. I don't have the other stone. Well. It's also dead.
What is it, emissary? Walk with our Lord.
Okay, so you're not a bad guy. Where's the... Okay, so it is this way. What the hell is this? Pretty cool. Or just press every random button. Doors. I've already been over here. I need to go across the bridge. Cool.
What? You have found it. The holiest of holies within some. The counterpart to the Altar of Despair. Rapture is currently held by the Orioles in their complacency, but that will soon change. Our rivals, the so-called Golden Saints. One day, Sheogorath will finally recognize their bull-headed stupidity and expel them from the realm. The holy flame can only be lit from the altars of despair and rapture. Alas, the Aureals hold rapture for now. You should speak to the Grakedric Ulfri at once. She will be glad of your help to rid Skylarn of the arrogant Aureals once and for all. You know us as Dark Seducers, a name given us by our enemies. But we are the Mazkin in our own tongue, Sheogorath's only truly loyal servants. She is the Grakedric, commander of the Mazkin here at Skylarn. She has never yet been defeated by the Aureals, despite their strength. May I for Sheogorath's glory. Begone, mortal, or you will soon find yourself between the Mazkin and their prey. A most dangerous place to be. Then you have arrived just in time to help us defend the... Once the strength of the Aureals is shattered, I will be honored to light the flame as my Lord Sheogorath commands. The two altars, Blessed Despair and Holy Rapture, feed the great flame of Agnon above us. Only Sheogorath's immortal servants can kindle the altars, and I am at my lord's command. But I only hold despair for the moment. The Aureals hold rapture and are massing to attack us. But never fear, they are no match for us. Once their main force is destroyed, with your help, we can easily take rapture from the few survivors. Then I will gladly kindle the flame for you. We are expecting the Aureals to attack any moment. They'll come down the main passage from the Altar of Rapture. They always do. They are overconfident as usual. We have prepared many traps and ambushes. It will be a glorious slaughter. Once the Aureals are destroyed, I will light the flame of Agnon for you. Will you help us defend the Altar of Despair? Yes, yes. Their commander, Kana, is gullible enough to take you at face value. She will reveal all her plans to you, Sheogorath's emissary. Beautifully devious. It embarrasses me not to have thought of it first. Sheogorath's blessings upon you. How may I serve?
I'm getting so many potions. What were those gauntlets? I'm gonna get rid of the glass.
Sheogorath. How may I serve? How may I serve?
How may I serve? This is no place for a mortal. We are about to join battle against the Mazkin. You'd best stand aside. My pardon, emissary. I am at your service. We are preparing to sweep the Mazkin scum from Skylarn. Perhaps Sheogorath sent you to help us. Only the servants of Sheogorath can light the flame, by kindling the altars of despair and rapture which feed the flame. Alas, we hold only the altar of rapture. The treacherous Maskin hold the altar of despair. We must control both to light the flame. If you help us seize the altar of despair from the Maskin, I will be honored to kindle the flame of Agnan for my lord Sheogorath. The only way to assault the altar of despair is down the main passage between the two altars. It will be difficult. The Maskin have fortified their position, but I am confident that with your help, we can defeat them. Will you help us retake the altar of despair and drive the Maskin out of Sylarn once and for all? I've already made my decision. We attack down the main path. What makes you think you can persuade me when my own lieutenant cannot? You've seen this with your own eyes? I must be sure it isn't a trap if I'm to take such a risk. Myrrel was very convincing as well. Very well, we'll risk it. The Underdeep it is. May Sheogorath's divine madness possess us today. Orioles, we attack through the Underdeep. The Maskin will be destroyed before they awake to their danger. Down with the Maskin. Follow me. Death to the Maskin, for the glory of Sheogorath. Kneel before the saints. Before the saints. Oriole.
Yeah, I'm at 1,000 pounds. Okay. Totally not a ridiculous carry weight.
One's mine.
I'm gonna level up my destruction magic. Why do they have so many arrows? My God. That should be good.
For the mad god.
Okay.
For the saints. Maskin! Maskin!
So much shit.
For the Mad God! For the Mad God!
What is weighing me down? Just drop one of the maces.
For the Mad God! For Sheol-Torah! For the Mad God!
And this weapon's dead.
For the Mad God!
There we go.
Kneel before the saints! For Sheol-Torah! For Sheol-Torah! Kneel before the saints! For the Mad God!
Why do they have so many arrows? Jesus. It's actually probably partly what's weighing me down. 500 arrows. Yeah, I think that's what's weighing me down. I think I might have too many arrows. Yeah, I lose 50 pounds by dropping half a stack. One of the maces. I will be coming back here to loot all this.
Victory is ours. I have already selected a candidate for the honor of kindling the altar of rapture. I will now claim the honor of victory for myself, here on the altar of despair. My lord's choice of emissaries is strange, but he tolerates the Maskin in his service as well, so who can fathom his ways? No matter. I serve him, not you. Stand aside.
Now I can move at the other thing.
Speak, citizen.
Having to cast 4 unburdened spells. Because, why not? What does this do? Okay, what does it do? You say it's an ability. Okay, I guess it won't tell me.
Speak. Go. Speak quickly, mortal.
Welcome back. Always a good idea to protect yourself. I can help with that. That seems fair to me. I can accept that.
Okay, that's a lot of money for
Are you
that.
trying to take advantage of me? I'm not making that deal. I'm cursed with ugliness, not stupidity. I'm cursed with ugliness, not stupidity. You've got a good deal there. That seems fair to me. That seems fair to me. Seems a fair bargain to me. I can accept that. You've got a good deal there.
There we go.
You need an...
Now if I exit out and go back
I'm
in,
sure
he
I
has
have
even
something
more
here
money
you
for
can
me.
use.
How much money can I make off just arrows?
That's a good deal. That's a good deal. I can accept that.
Okay.
You've got a good deal there. You've got a good deal there. That's a good deal. Seems a fair bug. I can accept that. Seems a fair bargain to me. You've got a good deal there.
Okay.
You need anything else?
I think I made around,
Take
I think
care.
13,000. How much do I still weigh? Still weigh 700, okay. Not that bad. Let's go collect the rest of that. Because there's a lot more money sitting there. I can carry at least 300 more pounds of stuff. Also might need to go back to Cyrodiil to
Speak, citizen.
see if I can find a bigger feather spell. Because, oh my god, I need to carry stuff. Okay, the rest are here. Pick up the arrows I dropped. I don't want to sit, no. I did not even realize that was a bench. God damn it.
How may I serve?
Oh my god. This bench is being a pain. I want to grab the item, not sit. How much am I weighing? Way too much. Those can be... Yeah, I think it's the arrows weighing me down. Okay. Arrows should not weigh 200 plus pounds, but cool.
How may I serve? Sheogor.
I went to the wrong door for the quick route, okay. That's why it took so long.
Welcome back. Always a good idea to protect yourself. I can help with that. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. That seems fair to me. You've got a good deal there. That seems fair to me. You've got a good deal there. Are you trying to take advantage of me? I'm not making that deal. I'm cursed with ugliness, not stupidity. Are you trying to take advantage of me? I'm not making that deal. That seems fair to me. That seems fair to me. Seems a fair bargain to me. That's a good deal. You've got a good deal there. Seems a fair bargain to me. I can accept that. I can accept that. You've got a good deal there. That seems fair to me. I can accept that. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. You've got a good deal there. I can live with that. If you need anything else, bye, dear.
How did my mercantile jump from 75 to 83 in, like, one transaction period? They did make, like, 20,000, but still. Hello, Shiogorath.
Ah, you burn with the purging fire of Agnon, the flame of truth, the flickering beacon of hope in the gloom of despond. Come, light the great torch for dementia. Illuminate the conspiracies. You are truly demented, as I always suspected. Release yourself to your secret fears and desires. Let them rule you, as they must in the end. Now, light the great torch as a beacon for those who fear, and those who inspire fear. Yes? Aren't you off to a good start? That's important. For me. Really, your work is going to save me a lot of time. The Graymarch is upon us. and the ordering begins. Armies of order, sweep my realm! Death! Destruction! Then I have to pick up the pieces. And there are always lots of pieces. I don't like it, having to rebuild my realm every era. Sometimes I forget where things go, like New Sheoth. I can never remember where it belongs. You'll change that. Break the cycle. You'll stop Chigalag, and I'll have my realm to come back to. I've never actually tried that before. Why not? Something has to work. Once, I dug a pit and filled it with clouds. Or was it clowns? It doesn't matter. It didn't slow them down.
It was probably clowns.
To be honest, it wasn't the best idea. And it really began to smell. Must have been clowns. Clouds don't smell bad. They taste of butter. And tears. But this is all new. A fresh idea. Something I hadn't thought of. Until I did. It's sure to work. Even though it might not.
Okay.
Now, you'll need the respect of my citizens. They'll need a leader, someone to look up to when I'm gone. They're the backbone of any great land. Except where the backbone is an actual backbone. Ever been to Malakoth's realm? Oh, nasty stuff. But back to the business at hand. You'll need to control one of the carts of madness. Replace a current duke, or duchess, whichever. That will command respect. The people will rally around you. You'll have their love, their admiration, their complaints, whatever, as long as it keeps them on our side. No. No. Absolutely not. Well, yes, absolutely. Bit of a shame for them. But sometimes, you need to break a few eggs. Or skulls. There are rules, though, even in the Isles. Rituals and rules. You need to follow them. Speak to Artis and Dervenin, the High Priest at the Sacellum Arden Sul. They can explain what needs to be done.
Okay.
And you've always got our man Haskell to call on for help. Faithful, like a good hound. And he looks better in a suit.
Don't waste your wonderful poisons on skinned hound. The great torch flares with the light of dementia. All of Crucible will be celebrating tonight. Here, take this. The reward you have earned. Quickly now. It's best if no one knows you wear this. Interesting. Not many wish to hear about such things, but I would be glad to oblige. Becoming the Duke of Dementia requires passage through the ritual of accession. Specific guidelines set forth by Arden Sul himself. Seldom is the subject ever Wait a moment. Did you want to hear the history of the ritual? As it happened so many years ago, my Lord Arden Sul suspected a traitor in his midst. Not wishing to find himself on the wrong end of a blade, he gathered his flock here in the Sacellum. By poisoning the sacramental wine, Arden Sul was able to suppress any such conspiracy in one fell swoop. Yes, he then removed their hearts from their bodies and used his ancient scrying technique, known as visceromancy, to read their lifeblood. When Arden Sul couldn't divine the traitor's true nature in their hearts, he became distraught and took his own life in the same way. From that day on, the ritual of accession for the throne of Dementia was set. Very well. Spoken like a true son of the Demented. To become the ruler of Dementia, the current leader's heart must be cut out and brought to the altar of Arden Sul in the Sacellum. Once this is done, I can pronounce the heart-bearer a duke or duchess. Then, all that is required is the blessing of our Lord Sheogorath.
Okay.
Tidings and welcome. I'm disappointed in your choice. Why you would choose to honor the fetid madness of Dementia is beyond my... An important part of our history, my friend. I would be glad to tell the tale if you have a moment. Arden Sul was perhaps the greatest duke to walk our land. Many years ago, he decided to hold a night of absolute indulgence, resplendent with dance, wine, and sex, to celebrate his fondness for his brethren. The green moat flowed like water in a stream as the revelers voraciously succumbed to its rapturous waves. Ah, but it was. As the bacchanal reached a crescendo, the people began to clutch their chests as their very hearts exploded. The green moat had taken its toll. The ground stained a deep crimson as the sanguine liquid flowed from their lifeless bodies. To represent that night, when the ruler of Mania is to be replaced, he partakes of the green moat and allows his lifeblood to flow upon the altar. Certainly, when the ruler of Mania has decided it is time, he will choose a successor from his court. The successor is invited to a huge celebration, a night of hedonistic revelry, wine, song, and of course, green moat. During this, the exiting regent imbibes 3 doses of the potent drug. This causes his heart to burst, and his lifeblood flows from his body. The successor then gathers the drug-tainted blood and brings it to the altar of Arden Sul in the Sacellum. Once this is done, I will proclaim the successor a duke or duchess. Then, Sheogorath gives his blessing, and the cycle is completed.
Hello.
Cutter sells weapons in...
You're back! How nice for you! Does that mean you've made a decision? Or are you lost? Suicidal? Just let me know. A friendly word of warning before you choose. Once you've decided which duke to replace, there's no turning back. One choice. No more. No less. Try not to do something stupid. So which is it? What will it be? Mania? Dementia? The suspense is killing me! Or you, if I have to keep waiting. A safer choice, perhaps. Maybe you'll live through this. Théoden's a bit lost these days. Not that it's a bad thing. It suits him. Until now. Besides, won't it be a grand surprise when you make his heart burst from too much green moat? Théoden loves surprises. Théoden may be in a constant state of euphoria, but I wouldn't underestimate his intelligence. We will speak.
But you won't?
She
When
has
your
a gift
task
for
is
blade,
complete.
no doubt about it. See you later.
Every time... If I were you, I'd check with... You can usually find her roaming around New Sheoth. or spending a lot of time on the palace grounds. See you.
Speak, citizen. Speak,
Greetings,
citizen.
friend. How can I help you this fine day? Such a kind and noble man. In times like these, it's good to have a leader who still enjoys all the modern pleasures Mania has to offer. Well, yes. Apart from enjoying his painting, reading a good book, or a rousing night of erotic bedroom games. I'm speaking of Greenmote, of course. There is no greater pleasure. If I didn't have such a busy daily routine, I'd likely indulge myself in its pleasures more often. At the risk of being rude, I must confess I don't like talking about the specifics of my routine. Thaden has too many enemies that may turn that knowledge against him. He depends on me quite dearly. Say what you're going to say. We understand. I appreciate the gesture. Very well. I see little harm in telling you. After a bit of reading in the garden and running my special errand at noon, I like to shop at Books of Bliss. Around 8 p.m. we are served dinner. Gundlar is quite a chef and prepares Thaden's meals personally, adding just a hint of Greenmote. After that, we dance, we sing, or we do whatever else suits my lords. Greenmote is the refined version of the spores that are harvested from the spore trees that dot Mania. We keep the Greenmote safely tucked inside the Greenmote silo. You can imagine the ruckus if its location was known. Only a select few, such as myself, know the silo's location. However, we are sworn to secrecy. There isn't enough gold or enough jokes in the world that would convince... Yes, I must attend to him. Speaking...
Hi.
The Court of Dementia is in disarray once more. Good that Thaden is such a better ruler than Syl.
See you later.
Yes?
Again. Farewell. Greetings, friend.
Stylarn is ours at last, thanks to you.
Greetings, friend.
Speak quickly, mortal.
You doing?
Greetings, friend. Again. I'm not... There isn't enough gold or enough jokes in the world that would Farewell.
Is it in here?
Greetings. His friend.
I don't like competition. Just stay away from the menfolk and we'll get along just fine.
Okay.
I've heard of such a grand place. Ah, to imagine all that wonderful green moat under one roof. Take care. I don't like competition. So, for me, what a thoughtful gift. I've heard of such... I don't like you. See you.
Again. Farewell.
Yes, what is it?
What?
I've heard that skinned hounds don't like fire.
I've heard the same. Still, best to just avoid them. See you later.
Greetings, friend. Greetings, friend.
Good day to you. Good day.
Greetings, friend.
Every day is like being born. So new and so alive.
Good day to you.